Welcome to Bakes and Blenders. I'm Colleen, and today you're going to learn how to make your very own Isomalt sail. Then we're going to decorate this gorgeous tequila sunrise cake with beautiful ombre frosting and plop that sail right on top. Let's dive in. First thing you've got to do is melt your pre-cooked Isomalt nibs. I like to place a couple in each of my silicone pinch bowls. Some of mine are pre-colored from previous Isomalt projects, but normally you're going to find them clear, though you can buy them colored as well. Put them in the microwave for 30-second intervals until they're nice and melted. Then you can add any gel color or luster dust that you would like to. Give them a stir with a toothpick, and if it seems a little thick, you can nuke them again for just about 10 seconds. Once the bubbles subside, you're going to pour the Isomalt onto a very flexible silicone mat. Now, this first attempt ended up being a little too small, and my sail just wasn't going to look right if I stuck with it. So I let it cool down a bit. Once I could touch it, I ripped it back up and remelted my Isomalt. That's the great thing about Isomalt. You can remelt it and reheat it as many times as you'd like. All right, let's try that again. Now I'm trying to get a colorful swirl effect in my Isomalt sail, and since I just had to remelt the Isomalt I was using, I'm adding more color so that I hopefully end up with 2 or 3 different colors. Once the bubbles subside, you can begin pouring your molten Isomalt onto that flexible silicone mat. If you just want your sail to be one color, you can just kind of dump it all on at once, but like I said, I'm going for a colorful swirl effect, so I'm trying to keep them a little separate, a little fun pattern going on. Then lift your mat up very carefully, because this will burn you if it gets on your skin, and wearing gloves is definitely a smart idea. Lift up your mat and tilt it around. You want to aim for an irregular blob shape on your mat. Once it stops moving, we're going to shape it. You can find links to the products that I've used in the description box below this video. Grab a small mixing bowl, and you're going to fold up the corners of your mat and place it into the bowl. Now you can adjust it to create whatever unique shape you want your Isomalt sail to have. It's going to be abstract and irregular. That's what we're shooting for. Once you're happy with your shape, you can either leave the edges of the mat in whichever way you'd like, if that gives you the shape you'd like. However, I'm using a hair clip actually to hold my mat closed at the top, just so that it holds that shape even better. Set that aside and allow the Isomalt to cool. This should take about 30 to 60 minutes. Once the mixing bowl feels cool to the touch on the bottom, you can carefully unmold your Isomalt sail. I highly recommend still wearing your food prep gloves. That way you don't leave any fingerprints on your sail. If there's any fogginess on your Isomalt sail, you can use a kitchen torch to lightly torch those areas. Then let it cool completely, and you can store your Isomalt sail in an airtight container until you're ready to decorate your cake. This Isomalt sail is going to go on top of my tequila sunrise cake. We've got orange and tequila cake layers, and then a swirl of orange and tequila buttercream and grenadine and tequila buttercream. You'll find the recipes used in this video in the description box below. When we crumb coat this cake, it doesn't matter if the 2 different buttercreams kind of swirl and blend together, because we're not going to see this and both of the flavors will still be there. After you chill the crumb coat, you can go ahead and apply your final coat of buttercream. If you'd like to learn more about how to fill and stack a cake, go ahead and check the link up on your screen and down in the description box below. I'm using acrylic cake disc to get nice straight sides and sharp edges on this cake. If you're interested in learning how to use acrylic cake discs and why they're amazing, again, go ahead and check out the other link up on your screen now and another link down below in the description box. I absolutely love how the ombre effect worked on this tequila sunrise cake. To recreate this look, I used that orange buttercream on the top portion of the cake. Then I used the grenadine buttercream on the bottom, and I was left with a gap around the center of the cake. I mixed equal portions of the pink and the orange buttercream to kind of create that middle gradient and filled in the center of the cake. As I smoothed out the cake, those layers of the different colors kind of blended together. To help that along, once I was getting close to being done with the cake, I wiggled my offset spatula around the borders of where those colors met with the orange in the middle and the pink, and then scraped it some more to create a very nice gradual gradient. Once you're happy with your cake, pop it in the fridge, chill it until it's firm, and then you can transfer it to a cake stand. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. Attaching your Isomalt sail to your cake is actually super dupes easy. I'm just applying a little bit of that orange buttercream to the top of my cake. You don't need a ton, just enough for the bottom of your sail. Then carefully place the sail on top of the buttercream and press down lightly and carefully to adhere. Use a small offset spatula to tidy up any of that extra buttercream that may have splooged out after you pressed down. Another option, if you don't want to add more buttercream to your cake, if you're doing any sort of ganache drip, you can use that as the glue to hold your Isomalt sail on top. That's what I did the first time I tried out this technique. I hope this video tutorial was really helpful for you to learn how to create your own Isomalt sail. If you enjoyed this tutorial, definitely check out the Isomalt disc tutorial that I used on my eggnog cake. Check out the video on your screen right now. Thanks for watching and happy baking!